Thailand and Cambodia, the two nations I never thought out of my own ignorance would fire missiles at each other. But little did I know that one of these countries too, Cambodia, suffered at the hands of the colonialism. And in this particular case, by the people who rule the wine world in the alcohol stores. Any guesses? The French. So Cambodia was a colony of France who ruled there till 1953. And just like the British, they too decided the border along with the neighboring countries like the Thailand here. And the border problem is a bit like cancer. Treatment is available, but there is no sure shot pill of cure. So what made these two countries resort to violence in the year 2025? So in the month of May 2025, they had a minor border firing which killed a Cambodian soldier. Post that, as all countries do in order to save the government of the day, they resorted to nationalism and acted like Tom and Jerry. Thailand imposed the border restrictions with Cambodia, and Cambodia banned the imports of fruits and vegetables from Thailand along with the banning of Thai movies. More recently, on 23rd July, a landmine being laid in the patrolling area injured 5 Thai military personnel. The Thai officials maintained that this was not there before and was planted by the Cambodia, a claim denied by them. Both countries, in a very predictable fashion, recalled their ambassadors and expelled each other's ambassadors from their countries, as if it's gonna solve the crisis. For me, it could mean two things until further evidence is laid out. One, to think who would actually benefit from a conflict between Thailand and Cambodia, a politician or a big player from a particular economic sector. Or perhaps the second one seems more favorable, to diverge the gullible public from their domestic failures, as is done by almost all the world leaders, just like the Trump in the US with regard to the Epstein files, by launching an attack on Barack Obama. Now for a moment, let's say if the conflict was to extend like Russia and Ukraine, which would have hurt both these nations. In the words of Sun Tzu, when you are engaged in actual fighting and the victory is long in coming, men's weapons will grow dull and their ardor will be damped. If you lay siege to a town, you will exhaust your strength. Now when your weapons are dulled, ardor damped, strength exhausted and your treasures spent, other chieftains will spring up to take advantage of this extremity. Then no man, however wise he may be, will be able to avert the consequences that must ensue. कहने का मतलब ये है कि अगर जंग लंबी है तो हथियार कमजोर, जोश ठंडा और एनर्जी खत्म हो जाएगी। और उस केस में भले ही कोई भी व्यक्ति कितना समझदार हो, बाकी पावर के दावेदार खड़े हो जाएंगे अपना पत्ता खेलने के लिए। Now to understand any conflict in terms of which side has an upper hand, we need to compare both the numbers and the practice of the troops. Well, by any standard, Thailand is far better as far as the maths is concerned in terms of the active personnel, navy strength, fighter aircraft which Cambodia doesn't possess, and the higher defense budget. Now if we analyze it in terms of this particular metric, here were two alternatives for Cambodia according to Sun Tzu. First, if slightly inferior in numbers, we must avoid the enemy. Second, if quite unequal in every way, we must flee the enemy. And certainly Cambodia did opt for one of these alternatives by accepting the Trump's mediation offer. But numbers alone doesn't dictate the results, something which Sun Tzu puts great stress upon. Without the constant practice, the officers will be nervous and undecided when mustering for battle. Without the constant practice, the general will be wavering and irresolute when the crisis is at hand. But you cannot completely trust Sun Tzu because the rules and methods of warfare have completely changed. He wrote it down when the war chariot was a central piece. Now there are drones, anti-satellite weapons, weapons highly reliant on sensors and electronics, which makes them more susceptible to a hacking attack. And to be present near the enemy to crush or paralyze him is no more a X factor. But only a fool goes into accepting or rejecting someone or something completely. Certainly some of his strategies might be redundant for today, but not all. And if used properly with a modern blend, can get the person in charge the desired results. Finally, this war and the Myanmar crisis breaks the illusion that everything is jolly and happy within the ASEAN bloc. But I wouldn't look too much into it, as some of the hiccups are inevitable in a grouping. The place where I live, society members can't even come to terms on very simple things, and here is a larger entity called nation. So that's it for this video. Take care of yourself, your family. Keep smiling. Have a good, loving, and a peaceful day.